Sticks and Strings. I'm Naomi. We're laughing so hard that flowers are shaking. Those flowers are laughing. Oh my gosh, we had the worst time starting. Maybe I'll put them all in bloopers at the end, so watch to the end. Welcome back. It's midway through December. I hope all your Christmas plans are going well, your holiday plans. On display is a Lego poinsettia plant that my husband bought me. He was like, "Do they have a poinsettia?" Okay, so in addition to having difficulty starting, we did a whole almost all of Beth's segment without recording it.
Oh, and we moved the
we moved that out of the way so you could see Beth. So this is I think I started to say that this was a Lego poinsettia that my husband bought me, and I built it. So this remote, I can never get it to work. I can't get it to turn it off. I can't get it to turn it on. But when you accidentally push it with your arm, it works. And it turned it off, and we didn't notice. And Beth did her whole segment. So anyway,
it's one of those free with purchase things.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to keep the remote far away from me. And Beth is going first. So the first thing you talked about was
this. I feel about this. This is my Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine that came before last week, I guess.
This week is cursed. Oh my gosh.
And it has a whole bunch of really great designs in it. There's several that I really like. There's a nice little snowman.
Yeah, I was looking through it. I was looking through it the first time. It's very pretty.
And there's just all kinds of fun stuff as usual. There's a biscornu.
I like that biscornu.
Yeah.
The snowflake one.
Yeah. And various things. And what I was pointing out is that, there's on the cover, of course, there's several designs that are really nice. And then there's this one down here is like a little horn book kind of thing with a Santa and a sleigh, and it's not in the magazine.
I know. After you said that, I'm like, oh, I bet it is. And I looked through it.
No, it's not. Because I thought, wait, did I overlook that one? And I looked at the table of contents, and I looked at page by page through the whole magazine.
I'm sure they've heard about it already.
Yeah, and it's not in there.
It's very cute.
But as Eve was pointing out that, because I have a subscription, I have access to the online pattern, so it might be online. I haven't looked, but yeah. So, but this one is really cute too. This one with Santa and his little sack of toys by Crochet-a-Go-Go. That's cute. But anyway, so that came.
Here, I'll put it back where it was.
And then over the weekend was the Jingle Ball last weekend. And so I did a little bit more on the festive forest, just a little bit. I finished the tree limbs on this side, and and I did like another little peak there, started to do a peak till I ran out of thread. So, and I did go to the class of how to assemble the muffin, as I called it. It's like a biscornu. You do like a back stitch line around it, and then you stitch through the biscornu to the back stitch. Excuse me. And so yeah, it was a lot of fun. Her class was really well done, and as a matter of fact, I guess the classes were they allowed like 2 hours for the class time, and we finished like in 40 minutes or something. So we just, she goes, we're really done. So we just, sat around and talked about it. And so she had said, she didn't know what the shape was called exactly. And somebody said, oh, my husband said it's a hexahedron. Mm-hmm. And I said, it looks like a muffin. And so everybody started calling it muffin. So they said, she was talking about, doing different designs, and somebody said, oh, you could do an autumn muffin, you could do a summer muffin, you could do it, so it was kind of fun so it'll be fun to see what designs she comes up with for that. But then I did starting on Monday, I started working on Deep Waters, and this is by Susan O'Brien of Sweet Wing Studio. When you pass through the water, waters, I will be with you. This is a verse from Isaiah. And so I worked on this. I think I did 5 days, Monday through Friday. So I did most of this whale here, the one color of the whale. I didn't do his little face and belly, which is a different color yet. But it was the same color as the words here, so I went ahead and did that, and I finished the words. And then I started working on the octopus. I'm working on his little legs. He's a little bit like the close to the color of this fabric, but I think he'll stand out a little more when he's finished. You'll be able to see him better. But so, yeah. So this is 28 count Lugana that I dyed myself.
It's cool.
Yeah, that's a fun.
When we have to do it again, you don't get the spontaneity.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I really love that fabric.
I already talked about it. And so then late last night, early this morning, whatever it was, I started working on this Prairie Schooler Starry Night. I have one design left to go out of this series. And there's the 3 wise men down here.
Let me see. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I just started it last night, so I have the star in the corner and part of the first wise man's crown. So there's not really much to see, but there it is. And so I have a couple more days to go on that deep waters, and I had already I did the December rabbit. That was my other secondary chart thing. So once I finish deep waters, finish the goal of 7 days on that, then my other WIP is the raccoon that I have to start. So we'll see. And I really, really, really want to finish that Starry Night pattern, because then that series will be done. So anyway, we went, did a little shopping yesterday at Target, looking for a few things, and I wanted that. And we went to Hobby Lobby also, and over the last couple of days, and we went to Hobby Lobby and Michael's and Joanne, and what I was kind of looking for was perforated paper, and because Hobby Lobby once upon a time used to carry it, and they don't anymore. But so while we were...
It's the story of our lives.
Yes, while we were at Hobby Lobby, I did, because I'm looking for something that I could do, something quick and simple for my cousin Judy and my Aunt Alice. Because I had purchased items for Christmas for other people, and so I thought, well, I've got time. I can whip up one of these things
and send it back with my aunt. She's not going to mail it. So.
Yeah. But anyway, so what I did find at Hobby Lobby were these little bookmarks with the sort of lace edging, and I'm trying to look and see what I have here that I have not sent into storage that I might be able to design to use, or I have a couple of ideas in my head that I may come up with a simple design to put on there. But also, while I was there, I bought this little mini, this little owls, little mini kit. Oh, so cute. And also this little kit, they both come with the hoops and the Ada and threads. This is butterfly.
I liked this one the first time you showed it, and I was like, well,
That's beautiful.
I love how half of it is a flower.
Yeah, I really like it, yeah.
What'd she say? She's going to steal it?
Yeah. But then I have a pile here of Jingle Ball haul. So most of the stuff I bought, the patterns that I bought were all a pattern of PDFs. But I did buy this one thing, which is the Jingle Ball stickers. They had various kinds of merchandise. They had mugs and T-shirts and stuff like that. But I just bought the little stickers. They're fun. And when they mailed the stickers, she included, Lindy Stitches included this little card that has, it says, save the dates, Lindy Stitches virtual events. for next year. So there's Nash Stash Startathon in March, Spring Mingle in May, Midsummer Stitch in July. In September, there's a Harvest Moon Hangout, and then the next Jingle Ball in December. So this is a fun thing to have to keep track of all those dates, the virtual dates. And then then the haul I bought, and just sit back and relax because there's a lot of it. The 2025 or 2024, excuse me, Jingle Ball Baubles book. And I didn't print out the whole thing because it's like 32 pages and it's, ginormous. But I did print the cover, which is this one, the Noel is one of the designs. And then the other designs are here, listed here, so there's 12 altogether. So there's, I just love this Christmas pickle one. And they're just, one by each designer. There's Hands-On Design, Teresa Kogut, this little Santa up here, Beth Twist, Heartstring Samplery, the Frosted Pumpkin. That's what I think this this bear is, and this Santa flying riding on the flying goose. I think that's Lindy Stitch's. And then there's a cardinal here.
Now we have a drummer in the background.
And there's this one here is like a little lovebird, and I can't remember who the designer is on that. But anyway, there's a whole bunch of fun stuff. There's a little deer and a Christmas tree here. Lots of fun stuff. So there's that. Okay, and so there were a bunch of freebies, and this is the official Jingle Ball ornament, which is these two little Santas. There's one is a darker face and one is a lighter face, so just depending on what you want. So there's this little, it's a little design like an ornament, yeah. And then the blue flower, her little freebie was a festive fruit bat, and folding it in half because of the pattern. So there's a little bat hanging upside down from a candy cane. He's got a little Santa hat on.
It's cute.
And then there's this one from Tiny Modernist. This is a little fox snow globe. Very cute. And then this one from Teresa Kogut, our favorite elf. There's Santa. It's a pretty good sized. That's the original watercolor. There's a little.
Did she do the watercolor?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's 52 by 94, so it's not really big. It just looks really big.
It's a drummer.
The dog's getting excited about the drummer.
Just
So the ones
trying to join in the music.
So the ones I purchased, this is Blue Flower Merry Menagerie. So it's three little designs. There's these little killdeer, and there's a axolotl and blue penguins here. An adult penguin and a baby penguin.
I love axolotls.
So
I want to pet axolotl sometimes. Sometimes I want to pet axolotl.
yeah. So anyway, that's really cute. There's one thing I really like more than the axolotl is it's a like sea snail, I think it's called. Yeah, that's really cute. Anyway, this is then Quilber, who is a little porcupine, and he has a little nutcracker because Quilber, Janine McGowan is involved with this Ark Animal Rescue, I think it's called. And so the proceeds from the sale of this Quilber pattern are going to go to the Ark. And but Quilber was one of the animals that they had there that she saw, and he had a walnut, and and he dropped his walnut and I guess they they weren't supposed to touch the animals or whatever, but she said it was all she could do to not feed him, didn't pick up his walnut and give it to him. So he has a little nutcracker on his tummy there. So there's Quilber. And then this is by Beth Twist. This is Be Spicy. And it's a little hard to see for the picture. I think it's just because of the fabric color doesn't contrast really strongly with this. But there's candy canes and bees. I think there's candy canes. No, gingerbread men and bees. And yeah, it's a little ornament thing. And then this one that I love is Lindy Stitch's, it's called Dust of Snow, and it has a quote from a Robert Frost poem. The way a crow shook down on me, the dust of snow from a hemlock tree, has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I rued. It's really pretty, and I just love that poem.
Let me see the picture. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I like this edge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's
so
pretty.
it's just, the design is just really great. And then this one is a Teresa Koga design called Holiday Stroll. And I just loved the way she draws her Santas. And I loved it so much last year, I bought the pattern twice. It's called Santa's Young Buck. It was on the previous cover of Cross Stitch. Cross Stitch and Primitive Stitcher.
Punch needle and primitive stitcher.
Punch needle. That's what it is. Punch needle and I knew there was punch needle and primitive stitcher. I guess she had released it the previous year or something, and had offered it, of course, at the Jingle Ball because it was one of her Christmas patterns, and I accidentally bought it when I
Even though you already had it in the magazine.
Yeah. So I was trying to decide actually between, because he had some, the new exclusive designs. So there's this holiday stroll, and there's one called Up on the Rooftop, which is Santa and one of the reindeer up on the roof of a house. And I almost bought that one, but I like this one better.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, so it's Santa, and he's walking with a reindeer, and they're pulling a sled with a snowman in it. So yeah, it's really cute. And then I bought Stacy Nash had her Animal Crackers series, and she was talking about in her meet and greet how she has like a whole giant list of animals that people have suggested. Oh, could you do this animal? Could you do that animal? And so she has a list of like all these animal cracker designs that she says, I have to make them now because there's this list now. So several of them she's released as printed patterns that you can find at various stitch shops. But these animal crackers are that she did for the Jingle Ball are exclusive to that, and I think that they're the only ones that are available in PDFs.
Oh, like animal crackers in my soup kind of thing? Oh.
Yeah, so this one is, where is it? Blizzard, this little fox. And there's a little needle book here beside him. So there's Blizzard. And then this one is Chili, he's a little penguin, and he is a snowman. It's so cute, oh my gosh. And then this one that I really had to get is called Millie, and it's an elephant.
Cute.
And for the display thing she had, there's she said I tied a little bottle brush tree to his back. She goes, but you could put anything on there or not put anything. But yeah. So yeah, so it's really cute. So that's everything I want.
So is that you?
That's me. That's all I have.
Okay, thankfully we recorded that. The first time we didn't.
She didn't get to.
She didn't get as far.
She didn't get to the animal crackers last time.
Yeah, but everything else, this is our second time.
Yeah, all the way to Teresa.
Sorry, my fault. Hang on, I'm like Beth. Wait, let me put a thread here. Hold on. I have to do one last cross here. I am working on this design from what's it called?
Christmas
Christmas
at
something.
Hawkrun Hollow.
Hawkrun something. Okay, Christmas somewhere. Hawkrun Hollow, and I'm working on this little panel of it down here with the bird, like we say every week. But I finished the pine cone, and I decided to do more boring brown and work on the branches. But I think I'm gonna depart now. Now that now that I finish this branch come down, I'm gonna come up here and do one of the birds, because I need something else in my life. I did all this brown. And I forced myself to finish the pine cone and brown, and another brown. So that's what I've been working on a little bit this week, along with making my poinsettia flowers. And this weekend is our performances of the Messiah. There's 4 of them, and so I've been taking my knitting with me. So I've been working on this top.
Because she doesn't like it, but because she has
because
heard it before.
No, because I'm working, and so I'm not in the hall listening.
Yeah.
But I have to wait through the first half, and then be working during intermission, and then pack up second half. So, and I am attending it. I'm going to attend on Sunday, so I won't take my knitting then. Although I could listen and knit at the same time, but people frown upon it. I saw a thing somewhere. It was like, it's the ultimate fidget toy. But this is the top I'm working on for Hannah, and I've taken it out and been just doing more of the. It's got a kind of I guess they call it a broken rib side panel, and then just regular stockinette in front and back. So I'm just going around and around and around till I get length here. I think it's supposed to be 12.5 inches. So I have a little bit of ways to go still. And that's literally all I've done this week. It's just the first performance was Thursday, and then last night, and then I have another one tonight and another one tomorrow afternoon. So
Yeah, but I went to go hear
so busy.
the Thursday.
Yeah, she went on Thursday.
Yeah.
And so I did have to wait to the second half, so I did the second half. Because I'm going with my husband on Sunday, so I didn't want to go in and listen. I listened to part of it, but it really is one of my favorite pieces, so I've been enjoying it.
And it was a really good performance.
Yeah, it's good. So, this is all the yarn listen to me. All the thread for this. And I've been working on Christmas presents. Oh, and Monday night I had my Christmas party, so I'll tell you about that later. But that's me. I'm done.
Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so I went to, at the Jingle Ball, I went to, I can't her name, no, Tiny Modernist. I went to her,
is it Cheryl? Is that
Cheryl? Okay, doesn't matter.
Yeah. I can never remember her name.
Gingerbread house class, and it was Sunday. I enjoyed the Jingle Ball, but I didn't stay on all the time. Like, I didn't stay on nearly as much as Beth did.
How was the class?
The class was fantastic. And you know how she said they didn't have enough time? No, our class, she was running out of time. She was like trying to finish, but part of what took so much time is that the focus on any given camera.
Sorry, dog.
Depends on how far away it is from the camera, right? And so the camera was trying to focus on her when she's up here, so people go, it's blurry. It wasn't that blurry. Okay. And then, because then when she was, I think when she set up, she had the stuff on the table. So when she lifted things up, it was tiny bit. So she had to keep adjusting. And then when she went back to the
people
table,
were fussing at her.
yeah, it's blurry, it's blurry. It wasn't that blurry. Okay, what are they going to try to see? Every single stitch?
Yeah.
Anyway, that took a long time. And it wasn't her fault. She was just trying so hard to be accommodating and to have a really good class. And it was a fantastic class. Now, her what is this thing? Gingerbread house. It's about that big. Great for putting on a tree. Little, right?
Oh, little.
Yeah, because she did hers on 32 count.
Oh.
But the 32 count I had wasn't a big enough piece. And I know now the white would not have stood out as much as it does on this. So I'm really glad, even though it's 14 count. It'll just be bigger, and that's okay because I didn't plan on putting it on a tree anyway. So I finished the back.
Oh, that's nice.
And I'm starting on the front.
Let me see the back.
On the other side.
On the other side.
Yeah.
One of the
That's
things
pretty.
that I didn't realize, remember I was saying before that both sides are the same? They're not.
Oh.
The gingerbread is shaded on one side. And so the other side has the shading the other way.
Oh.
So there's a right side and a wrong side to how you put these on. They're not interchangeable.
I see.
So this little shading goes toward the back. See?
Oh, I see.
The little
On
shading
on
right
the
here.
gingerbread man.
Yeah, which I didn't know until the class. I'm really glad I took the class. And it has the top and it has a bottom, okay? All intended to be permanent. And let me turn this off. I'm wasting juice. Okay. So when she was working with the top, a man said, is it possible to make that where it comes off so it's more like a gift box? And I was like, what a brilliant idea. And she's like, yeah, I'm sure you could do that. You know, you don't glue it on or stitch it on or whatever. You know, you could do that. And he's like, maybe I could hinge it. And I put in the comments, I said, you find all kinds of wonderful fasteners at Joann. Because they're made for all kinds of things for hooking many things
boxes.
Together.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you go in the quilting room. Anyway, so she's continuing on with her class, and people are going, well, can you use this type of stitch to go up the sides? She's like, yeah.
Just let me do my class.
She's like, yeah. So the next side, she stitched it that way to show a ladder stitch versus whatever she was doing. Oh, can you put it together like you do the biscornues? She's like, well, yes. You know, the blue line around isn't for back stitching. It's just to tell you where the edge of it is that you need to put it together. But she said, if you want to do that, yeah, you can do that, right? So
They're like,
there were a lot of people.
and she's like, why are you in my class?
There were a lot of people that had already finished and were showing their finishes, and some had taken buttons and put buttons here for like peppermints or something, and people had put stuff on the wreath, and another person on the back here had put the year, a little thing with the year on it. I was like, those are all really cute ideas. I like them. And then as the class progressed, I was thinking about that gift box thing, because mine is going to be a little bit bigger, right? I was like, I think I might buy a music box work to put inside. Because if I can just open it, if I hinge it where I can open it, right? I can open it, turn on the music box, close it. It doesn't have to have a hole where I crank it or, or any of those things, because I can just lift it out, start it, and put it down, because I don't want anybody picking it up and turning it on constantly anyway.
Right.
So, because I like music boxes. I like music boxes that don't sound tinny. But anyway, I just absolutely love the class.
That's good.
I had mentioned before that I bought those two ornaments that were in Tiny Modernist shop, which Beth had from the ornament book from last year. I did not buy the ornament book. And the only thing I got was some free patterns. But let me talk to you about my temperature turtles.
Yes. You're almost done with them.
I'm almost done stitching Mommy's temperature turtles. I've been spending a lot of time doing something else, so I did not get any more fins on. I did not get any more of the lines on the back, but I do have another entirely too hot line of but the last, we've had, a cold day, and then a couple of really warm days, and then another cold day.
Yeah.
And when I say cold and warm, not as cold as it should be, and not as hot as it's been. But notice that she's wearing a sweatshirt because she had to go outside. Beth and I are still in t-shirts. I did wear a sweater when I went outside, a little thin sweater over my t-shirt.
Well, it's super cold in the morning.
Yeah.
And then it's like a regular day in the afternoon.
To my class, I had a class on Tuesday and one on Thursday, and to both of those, my class on Tuesday, I wore shorts. And I was cold when I went outside because it was starting to get dark again. And I wore long pants Thursday because it was much colder. The temperatures were, the high today is some places tell me 69 degrees. Other places say 70. Same thing.
I didn't think it was, I thought I saw 66 today, but I'm going up north to Scottsdale tonight, so I'm going to be frozen. Because there's no building.
If you don't know how Greater Phoenix is, we are in the southernmost part, not close to Tucson, but closer to Tucson. Scottsdale, even though we're in the foothills of this South Mountain, it is not what you would think of as a mountain. It is a mountain, I guess, technically, but where we are, it is more like a really big hill. But Scottsdale is nestled up against an actual mountain.
Yeah.
and so one year it actually snowed there.
And it's
So it's considerably colder than it is here.
And it's also less dense in terms of like buildings and stuff there. Up where I'm going tonight is much more actual desert, so the temperatures don't stay there.
Yeah.
It gets cold fast.
And Scottsdale's a lot bigger than what a lot of people think. It goes really far out into the land away from the city, and some of those areas where you go out are so beautiful. It is not just the downtown area that people think of when they think of Scottsdale with the bars and the shops. So it's a lot more than that. So the things I just got, I almost bought, Tiny Modernist had made some of these little buildings before, and she had a collection of 3 of them that you could buy together.
Yeah.
And
I
I almost bought them.
Yeah, I was.
But I thought, realistically, am I ever going to make them? I don't know. If after I put this together, if I say,
That was fun.
it needs more houses,
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll still be available.
Are they
on their
Christmas
website.
themed houses?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's neat.
But people were saying, you could build a little bakery, or you could build. I mean, they were giving her tons of ideas of little buildings that she could put with it, and a lot of them were really cute. And she's like, "Oh yeah, you know what? That's not, it's that kind of thing." One lady asked her, is it okay if I do a tutorial on this on my floss tube? And she was like, "Well, I guess if you credit me and all of that." And then somebody said, "We had to pay for this tutorial. And for you to give it away for free is not fair to her." And then then somebody said to her, "You are permitted to say no."
Yeah.
She goes, "Well, yeah, because we only have it for another month, 30
Right.
days, right? We have that, and that is exclusive to those who paid for the class. And for her to put it on her floss tube for free is not okay. Maybe a year from now, or
Because then it also dilutes the designer's ability to put that tutorial out.
yeah, she could put the tutorial on her own website and say,
And drive traffic to her.
if you buy this thing, I'll send you a link to have
Yep.
this tutorial,
Yep.
or something, and I was like, that's kind of a lot of hubris to ask that,
1, 2.
but that's just me. So I got, I really like the movie,
Christmas Carol.
I really like Christmas Carol, and I really like, It's a Wonderful Life. I almost bought a pattern that said Zuzu's Petals,
Oh yeah.
and it came kitted up, which would be really cool with a bottle, but separately a jar. And separately, you had to buy the fairy lights to put in the jar. I wouldn't have wanted to put it on a jar, and I wouldn't have wanted fairy lights. I mean, it looked cute like that, but I like the idea of the pattern Zuzu's Petals. And if you don't know, that's from the movie. It's a Wonderful Life. She had a couple of others that alluded to that too. There's this one. I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. Right? It doesn't. The pattern doesn't have this. All right. That's just. Like you could put that on a wreath. I think she's giving you an idea. Okay. The pattern doesn't have that. It's just this middle part right here.
Oh, it doesn't have a wreath around it?
Just
I
the
see.
border and the.
It's the border and the words inside and stuff. It's much smaller. Also, did I say who that was by? Heartstring Sampler.
Yeah.
Also, Hello by Liz Matthews had this, it's called Minnie, Merry, and Bright. And I don't know if you can see.
Was that one of the freebies?
It was a freebie. I didn't actually spend any money on patterns other than those 2 that were in last year's thing. Okay, so I almost bought those houses, but I love it, don't get me wrong. Reminds me of Hands-On Designs pillows, that I've been stitching, and maybe that's why I liked it so much. But anyway, here's that one. This is designed to look more Christmassy. And this is also Hello by Liz Matthews, and it is it's called Holly, and it's just
It's really cute.
I think it's beautiful. It's just just a little holly sprig, you know, with a bow like you might hang from your ceiling. Yeah, I think it's pretty. And this also is Hello from Liz Matthews, and it is Winter Celebration Small. And it's a little bird on a house with some trees. I'm just like, that is so cute. I did not go crazy and download every single one I saw. I did get the fruit bat. I had to think about it. As Beth said the first time, which you didn't hear this time, the candy cane isn't red and white. It's
Terracotta.
yeah. And so at first I was like, that's a candy cane. So, but then I did get it because I was like, you know what? I don't have to stitch it in any particular color, so I'm not going to worry about it. But what I have been spending the majority of my time on, which I might not have bothered if one of our viewers and also a friend of mine from high school, Vicky, she showed me the temperature chart that she purchased to do this year, and it's adorable.
And 25?
Huh?
To do in 25?
Yeah, I've kind of infected her with wanting to do one. And so she found this pattern, and I think it's, if I remember correctly, it's mushrooms, but it's also the low and the high, which is really cool. But I started designing my own.
Yay!
I'm hoping that I can put it up on our Etsy shop within the week.
Yay!
I would love it if somebody liked it and wanted to do it with me, but
I think it's really cool.
I shall do it myself. I'm calling
Don't
it.
none go with me.
I'm calling it Under the Sea Temperature Chart, and every little fish is the temperatures, and it has jellyfish and octopus and or octopi, I don't know, octopuses and starfish and crabs. And yes, the crabs are reddish because putting them their real color is ugly and boring. And here's a sea anemone and some coral, and these are much bigger than what an actual seahorse would be.
Oh yeah.
Because I
if you was real size, you couldn't see it.
well, also you can't design it. It would have to be
Yeah.
little half stitches going, like, you know.
So they're not to scale, but they're all represented.
And you know, just this is supposed to be seaweed, you know. And I just
Cute.
kind of had it just go wherever, because I was like, if I make it wrong, I don't care. I mean, you know, when I'm stitching it, if
Yeah.
I get a stitch in the wrong place, it's not going to matter.
It's so cute though.
So I
These fish are like in Finding Nemo. Swim down, swim down,
Go down.
swim down.
so
It's very cute.
I have some fractional stitches to the front of the. Sorry, I didn't turn my phone off. I have some fractional stitches to the front of the fish. That is mostly because it looks better on the print. But you can just use a half stitch, you know, where you just do one side of the cross stitch. I think it would look the same.
Show the color palette you have.
Yeah, I am. I'm going
Okay.
to. There is back stitching on each fish, but since I want you to do it with 2 strands, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, they're little tails.
yeah, I designed those fish, I don't know, 10 times. Because it has to be small enough that
You can do one every day.
it has to be small enough that you can do one every day, like you said, but so that the pattern isn't this big. I mean, I suppose I could make one, make it where they're that big, but I don't want to. So this color palette is very different from what you may see on other temperature charts, because I've been snorkeling in like the Caribbean and stuff, and the colors are amazing, and a lot of the fish and this is supposed to be in the shallows, not really, really deep water. Okay.
If it was, you'd have those ugly anglerfish.
I didn't put any angelfish just because I thought I'll never be able to design them in those squares. Yeah. Anyway, this is the color palette for the temperatures, not for the rest of it necessarily, but for the temperatures. They're very bright.
Yeah.
and to me, evoke some of the colors that you see. Now, this does not include the seaweed color, the sand color. But this is the majority of them. I had to be over there going at the, I picked them online, and then in the program, and then I had to go and get them all and make sure that it worked, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't pick up the other ones for the other things, and for the really cold temperature, because I knew that would work. Okay, so I am going to stitch mine on DMC's 14 count iridescent Ada.
Legs.
This is a light blue sparkly Ada. I know from their white sparkle that fractional stitches are not going to be a problem on this particular Ada. And it will fit in a 15 by 18. It will not fit on those smaller packages that like Hobby Lobby has.
Oh, the little squares.
Yeah, if you do it in 14 count, it won't fit. I wanted to do mine in 14 count, just because I don't want to fight with it. And so I was like, it's either going to have to be 28 count or 14 count. And I looked and looked and looked, and I looked other places. I looked for, I was like, I want to have something that I don't have to dye, because we don't even have pots here. So anyway, this is the temperature chart I'm going to be doing starting in January.
That's cool.
Yeah, hopefully I'll have it up on the Etsy shop within the week.
I'll see.
Sorry, hopefully I'll have it up on the Etsy shop within the week. This one didn't print right, but where it'll look kind of like that. So anyway, I'm just going to take a picture of this one, not of the blue one. So
That's exciting.
I'm very excited. I think it'll be fun to stitch my own pattern that day, all year long.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's me.
That's you.
Mm-hmm.
So, question of the week. Last week we asked what was your favorite Christmas carol or song or holiday song, and we got a lot of answers. One person said they loved all of it, so they couldn't pinpoint a favorite. Some came with kind of a little bit less known, like Once in Royal David City, which is cool.
Yeah, that was. I had never heard that hymn before when I was singing the choir at cavalry in Little Rock, and one of the ladies in the choir, you know, she said, "Oh yeah, she really liked that song," and I don't remember if it was in handbell choir or in the adult choir, but that she had mentioned that, and I had never heard it before. Then you know
It's beautiful.
yeah.
It's older.
Yeah.
"O Come All You Faithful," and either we got some saying "Entire Messiah," which I also love,
Yes.
or "And the Glory of the Lord" from that, and "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas." Actually, I like that song a lot too, and I have to watch Meet Me in St. Louis every year. Like that's kind of one of my beginning Christmas season. You know, along with, of course, "It's a Wonderful Life," and then yeah. So I like that because I like that song. Although it's actually really like it's a really sad, awful part in the movie, and that little Margaret O'Brien character, she's kind of messed up. That little girl, like she's obsessed with death.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then we have another follower that says, "Mary, did you know?" And of course, yeah, and Messiah. So yeah. So this week's question of the week.
I want to say what my favorite song.
What's your favorite?
My favorite is Carol Bells, and I like it both just bells, but also with words. And it could be because when we were in elementary school, we were in a choir at school, and we were singing Silver Bells, and I remember we sang it at like Winrock and Coronado or something. And I kind of like that song, but
Silver Bells?
yeah, but mostly I started to listen to songs about bells, but also I heard the bells on Christmas Day.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
I think my favorite is "Oh Holy Night," but one of my favorite sort of more popular songs is "Silver Bells." Both my kids hate that song. Mostly because it's like there's versions where they're sung really slow. Like I think the Bing Crosby one is really slow, but I really like it because of the even the stoplights are red and green. Like I don't know. I've always loved that song.
But see, people don't shop Christmas the way they used to.
Yeah.
Where you're walking along, in the shops and stuff.
Yeah, it's that feeling of. It's just like an atmospheric song.
Right.
I've always loved it. Always.
Yeah.
But I like "Oh Holy Night," and that's one of my favorites.
One of my favorites.
Josh Groban, version.
Well, I actually like "Rocking Around the Christmas Tree."
Yeah, that's fun.
But one of my absolute favorites is "Have a Holly Jolly Christmas."
Yeah,
I
so
love.
cute. That's okay.
Okay. But I love that song, and I like the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer movie.
Yeah.
And so when Burl Ives sings that song, I love it.
Yeah. So our question of the week this week is, we want to know if any of you were naughty like us and snuck into your Christmas presents early, like whether from your parents or your spouse, or if you snooped, did you act surprised on Christmas morning? So that's we're kind of in that stage right now where we're hiding things from people. And
yeah, when we were kids, we used to say that a lot. Act surprised when you open it.
We're actually running out of battery, but I have to tell you a really quick story. So this morning I woke up very angry at my daughter's future mother-in-law. She's not dating anyone. She's not engaged. She's not married. But this woman in my dream, and I think she's the result of this kind of bad book I'm reading. I'm not even going to tell you what it is. That I don't like any of the characters, and they're all kind of annoying. But this woman was saying to my daughter, who's a musician, we were talking about sheet music, and at this one particular store, they had a lot of piano trios, which is a piano, violin, and cello. They had a lot of them. And this woman says, was her mother-in-law in my dream, well, they must just not be very popular. See, Hannah, they're not very popular. In other words, so the insinuation in my dream crazy mind was that piano trios or like chamber music isn't popular. So how are you going to make a career that way? And I was like, no musician's mother would ever say anything like that in my. So I woke up angry at this future mother-in-law that. So Hannah's like, any hint who I was married to? I'm like, no. So this is what crazy people dream. Anyway, okay, real quick, because I forgot to talk about this last week. I went to Cane's and I got a kids meal because Cane's always raises my blood sugar because of that toast they have. I love it. Anyway, so in the kids meal you get a little ornament. You get this ornament that you pop out and you get these stickers to decorate it with, and I thought it was very cute.
I guess that's the kind of ornaments we could put up.
So we hope you have a great week. Thanks so much for joining us. Thanks for answering our questions of the week. And stick around for some bloopers. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, and welcome back.
Sorry.
Hi, and welcome back to Sticks and Strings. I'm Naomi.
I'm Beth.
I'm Eve. And, well, some of us
have
are in
tuberculosis.
Christmas. Some of us are in Christmas colors. No, I'm going to keep going. Hi, and welcome back to Sticks and Strings. I'm Naomi. Eve. Hi, I'm Naomi. Welcome back to Sticks and Strings.